A sold-out arena, thousands of fans on their feet. The moment his music hits, the entire building erupts. He steps onto the stage, tilts his head, and raises that iconic eyebrow. The energy is electric. Every person in the crowd is hanging on to his every word. The Rock is not just a wrestler. He is a force of nature, charismatic, powerful, and larger than life. But before the fame, before the Hollywood success, and before he became the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, there was a time when nobody believed in him. His story is not just about championships or catchphrases. It is about rejection, reinvention, and an unstoppable will to succeed. This is the rise of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, a wrestling legacy and a rocky start. Born into wrestling royalty, Dwayne Johnson was destined for the ring. His father, Rocky Johnson, was one of the first African-American champions in WWE history. His grandfather, Peter Maivia, was a Samoan wrestling legend. Wrestling was in his blood, but his first dream was not the ring, it was the football field. He played college football at the University of Miami, a powerhouse team filled with future NFL stars. But just when he thought he was on the path to football greatness, everything came crashing down. Injuries derailed his career. His dreams of the NFL were shattered. With no money, no job, and nowhere to go, he hit rock bottom. At one point, he had only $7 in his pocket. That moment changed everything. Instead of giving up, he made a decision. He was going to follow in his family's footsteps and become a professional wrestler. The birth of Rocky Maivia, and the fans hated him. In 1996, WWE introduced the world to Rocky Maivia, a smiling, energetic, clean-cut rookie with a family legacy behind him. WWE pushed him hard, making him a fan favorite almost immediately. But there was just one problem. The fans hated him. The forced smile, the over-the-top positivity, the goody-two-shoes attitude. None of it felt real, and the crowd knew it. Every time he entered the ring, they booed him mercilessly. Chants of "Die, Rocky, die!" filled the arenas. It would have broken most wrestlers. Many would have faded away, accepting that they were not meant for the spotlight. But The Rock was different. Instead of running from the hate, he used it. The boos were deafening. "Die, Rocky, die!" echoed through arenas every time he stepped into the ring. Most wrestlers would have crumbled under the pressure. But The Rock did not just survive, he evolved. Something clicked. He realized he was wasting his time trying to be what the company wanted. The fans did not want a smiling hero. They wanted attitude. They wanted someone real. So, he did something that changed everything. He dropped the Rocky Maivia persona and embraced the name that would define him forever, The Rock, the birth of the Great One. Gone was the forced humility. The Rock became arrogant, loud, and unapologetically himself. He insulted the fans who once booed him. He mocked his opponents with razor-sharp insults. He strutted into the ring like he owned it. And just like that, the boos turned to cheers. The same fans who once wanted him gone were now chanting his name. His confidence, his presence, and his unmatched ability on the microphone made him must-see television. He became the ultimate entertainer, the man who could make an entire arena laugh one moment and explode in excitement the next. Legendary rivalries that defined an era. No superstar becomes great without an unforgettable rivalry, and The Rock had plenty. Their battles defined the Attitude Era. They clashed at 3 different WrestleManias, each match bigger than the last. Austin may have won more, but The Rock's final victory over him at WrestleMania 19 was one of the most emotional moments in wrestling history. AAA, a war fueled by ambition. Both men wanted to be the face of WWE, and their brutal matches proved neither would back down. Mankind, their brutal "I Quit" match at the 1999 Royal Rumble remains one of the most shocking bouts in history. But despite the violence, their chemistry made them one of the greatest tag teams ever as the Rock and Sock Connection. Hulk Hogan, the past versus the future. At WrestleMania 18, The Rock defeated Hulk Hogan in a match that felt like a passing of the torch. The energy in that arena was unlike anything wrestling had seen before. The People's Champion and beyond. The Rock was more than just a wrestler. He became a cultural phenomenon. His catchphrases, "If you smell what The Rock is cooking, know your role and shut your mouth," and "It does not matter what your name is," became legendary. But just as he reached the peak of his wrestling career, Hollywood came calling. What started as a small role in The Mummy Returns turned into a full-fledged movie career. The Rock made the impossible look easy. He transitioned from the ring to the big screen and became one of the highest-paid actors in the world. Despite his success in Hollywood, The Rock never forgot where he came from. He returned to WWE multiple times, headlining WrestleMania and proving that no matter how long he was away, the fans would always welcome him back. The Rock is not just one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, he is one of the greatest entertainers of all time. From being rejected by the fans to becoming the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, his journey is legendary. Which Rock rivalry is your favorite? Let us know in the comments.